let's move to the last story till Collins come back. Let's move to the last story. I mean, um, or Derengue has come out again to, to show some concerns about Victor Osimhen. In their friendly against Sevilla, Victor Osimhen was, had a violent burst. The tackle was bad, no doubt about it. But again, his temper got the best of him, and we had Osaze Derengue come out to complain about this. What do you think Osimhen needs to do to tame his temper? Because he's playing in Galatasaray right now. If you still have ambition to move to a bigger club, cooler heads will have to prevail. You cannot continue to have bad temper, and you think clubs with bigger ambition will want to consider you. What do you think Osimhen needs to do to ensure that his image is cleaned up?
Okay, so I say this from a point of somebody that almost went pro, and I'll tell you that the people around you matters a lot. The
Hmm.
people around you as a footballer matters a lot. They determine if you make it or if you break it. The people around you. So now for Osimhen, Osimhen has people around him that cannot tell him the truth. And as a footballer, you need people around you that will tell you the truth. You need people around you that will tell you when you play well. You need people around you that will tell you when you didn't play well. You need people around you to tell you positions that you need to improve, how you need to improve. These people are not coaches. You understand? These people are your close buddy. You understand? Sometimes when we go for trials and the likes, we go with our friends, you understand, to observe us and say, okay, you know what, where can I improve? Where can I get better? You understand? So aside that, in terms of attitude too as well, Osimhen is a fantastic striker. I'm telling you. After Haaland, after Hurricane, you have Osimhen. But the problem is who wants to take the gamble? Now, we spoke earlier some months ago about PSG looking for a 9, you understand, clubs looking for 9. At this point in time, I'm telling you, Osimhen could have been an alternative to Julian Alvarez for Barcelona. But the problem is this. Now, I watched the match now, you understand? Okay, they wanted to cross the ball, you understand, or the ball was on the touchline. Definitely the defender will obviously want to block your movement, which is allowed. You understand? It is allowed. The defender cannot allow you. If they rough handle Osimhen the way they rough handle Haaland, definitely he will be fighting every match. Because if you watch the way Haaland is being rough handled, maybe because of his size or something, but if you see the way he's being tussled, you understand? So I don't know if the guy said something. You get, I don't know if he said something, but regardless, you shouldn't react in that manner. Your teammates are even trying to hold you, and you are still trying to. I don't know. I don't know if you just want to. I don't know. You understand? Even players that we thought were hot-headed, players like Diego Costa, we don't see this more often. Let's be honest with ourselves. You understand? Players like Diego Costa, we don't see this more often. Yes, we know Diego Costa can be something else, it can be hot-headed, but we don't see this often. You understand? There are some times whereby you need to listen to people. And I don't know if he has those people around him that tells him that, you know what, bro, you are a fantastic striker. In fact, you are in the top 3 of the best strikers in the world at the moment without any argument. You understand? But please, in this aspect, work on it. You understand? If you are playing for Galatasaray and you are easily being triggered like this, coming to the Premier League, because I also play as a forward, you understand, at some point, because and it got to a match that I realized that there are even instructions given to the defender that, you know what, torment this guy, get into his head. You understand? The moment you get into his head, he will not focus again. You understand? At the moment he will not focus, he is -1. Yes, it works. You understand? And then you see, I think there was I think Puyol, or was it Puyol or Pique? You understand? That said he did the same with Di Maria. You understand? That he spoke to Di Maria, spoke about something, you understand, and tried to pull him off. You understand? So these things happen in football. And it's left to you as a footballer to know how to handle these things. You can't be reacting to everything. You can't want to throw punch to everything. I watched the video and I was just surprised because it's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time. Yes, you are not the only passionate footballer. Every other person is passionate. You understand? Every other person is passionate. Some people even have the more passion than you. Okay, look at the way Bellingham plays. The passion in Bellingham is enough for 11 players to share, because you see him running up and down. He has that passion. You understand? Just channel that passion to something else. Don't channel it to being temperamental. You understand? So the people around him need to call him and say, you know what, brother? Yes, you might be the breadwinner. You understand? Yes, you are the go-to guy. Yes, you are the guy that has been supporting us. You understand? But when it comes to your play, you get
Hmm,
no allow make one or two things they enter your head too much. You get because if you are playing against Sevilla and you are being tormented like this, imagine if you were up against Sergio Ramos and Pepe. You
wow,
understand?
I mean,
Imagine if you are up against Vidic and Ferdinand. These guys will definitely get into your head, and you end up being on the receiving end. You receive red card, and then game goes on. What does it mean? You understand? So he's a fantastic footballer, but he needs to calm down.
hmm,
You understand? Calm down. They go mark you. You understand? We are not playing street football whereby if you are the senior man, people will not mark you. This is not street football. This is professional football. You understand? You are all
hmm,
on the same plane. You can be world class. You don't know. There's no world class or differentiation on the pitch. You understand? Everybody is the same. It's like street football that they say, I don't mark him, na senior man, no mark him. You understand? But it doesn't work here. So they will mark you. You understand? They will talk to you. You are a
hmm,
black man, they will try to pull you off. You
that's true.
understand? So don't let these things get into your head. You understand? So he just needs the people around him to call him to order. You understand? He had the same issue too with Spalletti at Napoli. Was it Spalletti or Conte at Napoli, whereby there was a little bit of tussle between them? You understand? So it's becoming too rampant. He's
That's
giving
true.
Balotelli vibes.
Hmm,
You understand? All of his actions because Balotelli would have been a generational striker, a fantastic striker. But those behaviors, there are some behaviors that just close some doors. You understand? So imagine Diomande now heading to Madrid. He doesn't even have no disrespect to Diomande, but he doesn't have the qualities of Osimhen.
that's true. No,
You
it's not
understand?
about
But see,
disrespect. That's
Osimhen
true.
now is struggling to get the movement. Why? Because of attitude. You understand? So attitude matters a lot. You get me? So that's just that one. That hopefully the people around him will call him to order, not the coaching staff, not his family members, the people that he's a breadwinner with should just try as much as possible to just speak to him and say, bro, you are fantastic, you are wonderful, you still have years of football to give us. You understand? But don't let this attitude get into the way. Thank you.
Okay. I mean, Collins. Before we go, your take on this Osimhen issue. This will be the second time Odewenge has come out, or Sase Odewenge has come out to talk about Osimhen's attitude. The same thing happened at the last AFCON. He was almost beating up, Ademola Lookman because he did not pass to him, and he took the effort of some players to his training before everything calmed down. What do you think Osimhen needs to do to be able to wash himself clean of this kind of image? Because no sensible big club will want to come for you when you are always a liability to get a red card because of your attitude. Collins.
Um. Okay. Let's not over overreact to the issue. I mean, uh, yeah, you was wrong. He, that was just a hard marking. He had tackle, right? And you took up your master and you want to go and fight. Why? Doesn't make sense to you. And your teammates afterwards restrain you like you are some wild animal. It's only wild animal that used to
Hmm,
restrain and hold, and use restrain and hold. If you as a human being you need people to hold you for doing something nasty, you should check yourself. That's what I should say. You understand? Because you're a professional footballer. If I look your name up on Google, what Google will bring up is this guy is a professional footballer, not a street footballer. You understand?
hmm,
If Google was bringing out you're a street footballer, I understand your behavior and antics on the pitch. But Google is going to bring out you're a professional footballer, meaning you've gone through the basics, you've gone through everything that needs to be done. You've gone through how it's made to play under pressure, how it's made to play under frustration. So you
hmm,
understand it better than I that is a
hmm,
street footballer. You understand?
hmm,
So there should be a difference between you and me when it comes to behavior, when it comes to professionalism, when it comes to keeping your behavior in check. If there's no difference in me and you, what's the difference? Yeah, you just have money more than me. If we are
hmm,
going to be behaving the same way, what do
hmm.
you have? What do you have ahead of me? It's just money and maybe your heading ability, Shabon. It's just money. You understand? So my point here is that in as much as it look bad, it look bad, but you just have to understand that sometimes it just human being just have this case will just behave out of out of just take things out of proportion. But with
sometimes
Osimhen,
it's
it's not
getting
just a
too
one
much.
time
The
thing.
sometimes it's getting too much.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said with Osimhen, it's not just a one-time thing. It keeps repeating, it keeps repeating. And if it keeps repeating, that's why people keep seeing a pattern. And if people see a pattern, it becomes a problem. You understand? Now, if people want to talk about Osimhen, they are not talking about his ball skill. They are not talking about his talent. They're talking about his ability to fight. You understand? They are
Hmm.
calling him Avenger because of that mask he's wearing on his face. He has turned to Avenger. He has turned to gangster. But this guy is a professional footballer. That's not right. You should do something about it because if you are as talented as Osimhen, and if people want to recognize you, if people want to know you, they are know you for fighting instead of for ball. That's the problem.
Hmm.
The incident, it did not warrant his behavior. It did not warrant the reaction at all. Come on, it did not warrant that. They were even would that was their very part. It's only white animals they hold. Oh. It's only good dogs that they don't want to bite people they hold. They don't hold human beings from doing something nasty. Why are they holding you? You're a professional footballer for crying out. This is a bad look.
Oh my goodness. Collins will not give you. Oh my god. Collins, are you there? Oh, I hope internet is not messing me up. I think Collins I think Collins has left. I think the internet is really is really misbehaving. I mean, see, it's very sad. You would expect Osimhen to do better.
He
I mean,
has Mr. Collins has said it all because when you watch the video, the more you watch the video, the more surprised you become because the more they
Um,
try to restrain him. Okay.
okay, yeah, Collins, go ahead.
sorry, my internet network is very misbehaving.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
that incident has gone really viral. You know why I saw that incident? I saw that video on a German blog. They have to show you how far this thing has gone.
Hmm,
You understand? For me to see it on a German blog, meaning your reputation is not going. It's not speaking well for you like this.
hmm,
Normally, you end up, we're all making accusations. There are rumors about you not being in a top club yet. We're saying maybe because of your behavior. And now you're not helping your case by doing this. You're very talented. Maybe you don't want to leave Galatasaray. That's okay. That's fine. But one day you want to live there. One day you want to play somewhere else. One day you want to have good relationship with certain people. You should not be behaving like that. Doesn't make sense. Osimhen my guy. I mean, I cannot deny his talent sometimes. And every time, not sometimes, you understand. But doing that doesn't make sense. I cannot defend that. There's no defending whatever I did. You understand? There was no defending whatever I did. The funny thing that, like I said, it didn't even warrant whatever you did. It didn't warrant whatever you did. I feel like it's a behavioral problem, and if you want to ask him to change, you can just curb it down. But it's still going to be who he is. Right now, he has grown. He's an adult. He's a fully grown adult. Do you understand? And you cannot start discussing psychology because that's psychology, behavioral patterns, and everything. You understand? That's for a psychiatrist. I think you see a psychiatrist because if you
hmm,
cannot be behaving like that and be because you have to at one point you have to be a leader on the pitch and you cannot be a leader on the pitch if you're not going to keep yourself in check. You
hmm,
understand? If you are behaving like a wild animal, what do you expect your teammates that are looking up to you to behave? How do you expect them to behave?
hmm,
One day, it's going to be a leader in that Nigerian team. If he's going to be a leader in that Nigerian national team, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. He's going to be a leader there, and he cannot behave like this and be a leader. It cannot work. You
hmm,
understand? Every day you have to be calm. You have to be to check yourself.
hmm,
You as a leader, you want to go and control your teammate that is fighting. When you reach there, you now dress to stop you another person that is fighting. You don't want to go settle. You don't want to go calm person down. Yeah, it tends to escalate things. It tends to
hmm,
escalate things. The Germans were using that language to insult the guy. They were calling him thug in the Twitter post I saw. They
hmm.
said what kind of he said the reaction doesn't even warrant whatever he did. And trust me, that's why I even saw the video. I was like, what is going on? I didn't even know it was a friendly. between Villarreal.
I mean,
How, what is going on?
you are playing a friendly and you're acting that way. I don't understand it. I don't get.
It's a friendly, oh. It's not a Champions League final. Friendly. Pass one, pass two, I1, I2, multi-post. Now, what they play? Friendly, not even an official match. And you're acting like that. It's not passion. What people want to gaslight you and say it's passion. I've seen passionate players. I know passion. I've seen passionate players that are not passionate.
Ah, because I mean, if you are being honest, you cannot be a professional player like Collins has said and be acting that way. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't cut it. There is no justification for it, and just to start. As we go, one last thing from you. What do you think Osimhen should do? Do you think it's high time there should be a psychological intervention for him to be able to get him under control?
To be honest with you, what is the behavior from Osimhen is an in-house something. Understand? Like I
Hmm.
said, from somebody that has almost gone pro, I'll tell you it's an in-house something.
Hmm.
Sometimes when players just sit down and they realize, you know what, I'm making a whole lot of money, man. You understand? I'm making a whole lot of money and I'm playing what I want to play. You understand? There is this rush in them that just be like, you know what, why is this one talking to me like this?
Hmm.
I don't know if you understand it. Why
Hmm.
you understand? Because you cannot really pinpoint why he's reacting.
Hmm.
Vinicius almost every time comes out to cry out about being racially abused. You understand? Being called a monkey, a donkey.
Mhm.
You understand? And his reactions are like, you understand? He is even the one that's supposed to fight because they're racially
True,
abusing me. He's supposed to fight.
true,
You
true.
understand? But he comes out to say, you know what? I've been racially abused. You understand? I was racially insulted. You understand? He called me. You understand? And then it's fine. But Osimhen, we never really know what is going on the pitch. We just know that there's a quarrel, there's somebody restraining somebody, somebody is holding somebody, and somebody is holding somebody. After the match, we don't know what's going on. We don't know
Hmm.
if it is racism, if he was racially abused. Come outside to say it so that we will know, attribute those behaviors to something else.
Hmm.
You understand? So we know that anytime you behave this way, it is racism. Oh, this guy racially insulted him. That you understand, but we don't know. You get, and from the looks of things, it doesn't look like racial talks, because if it is, you come outside to clear the air. You
True.
understand? It has gone for, because to be honest with you, there are clubs looking for strikers. There are clubs looking for strikers, but these same clubs go through background checks. You understand? To check the temperament, check the humility, check the personality, check the leadership quality of that player. You understand? To see if we bring this player into the club, hope this player will not contaminate the environment.
True.
You understand? Hope it will not trigger others that we are trying to curtail. You understand? So that's just it. It's just an in-house something. He just needs to get himself right. You understand? Like I said, he's a breadwinner to a lot of people. But still on still, those people need to come out to tell him the truth. You
Hmm.
understand? My tribe people say Otoro Mankuru. The
Hmm. That's
truth
true.
is bitter. It is not
True.
always the truth is not always something you want to hear, but
Mhm.
eventually you have to hear it. You
True.
understand? So maybe they are afraid to tell him the truth. You understand? Say, maybe if they tell him, maybe the small things that they are collecting might not show up again. You understand? And something maybe might react in another way, and you understand. So that's why everybody's just. But I think it is not, the club cannot help him. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
The club can, because the moment the club tell him, he might become an enemy to the coach, because he'll be
Hmm.
like, why is the coach telling me this? But the moment somebody in-house tells him, you know what, this is what we observe, he's going to take it differently from the way a coach would have told him. You
Hmm.
understand? So I think that is just that on that. You cannot be reacting that way and expect a big move. The only move you can move now is to Saudi. You understand? Imagine Tottenham are in search of a striker, but the attitude is even giving is even more than what Richarlison does. Richarlison is supposed to be the one fighting. Richarlison fights from time to time, but it's not like this. So imagine if they want to bring Osimhen and they are thinking about Richarlison and they be like, you know what, Osimhen is like an upgrade to Richarlison in terms of temperament. Do we want this kind of thing? You understand? Look at what happened in Chelsea last season. Almost everybody is collecting red card. And these people
True.
are cool-headed
True.
people, but they are collecting red card. So imagine Osimhen come to the Premier League and they know that it's an easy target. Just talk to his head and he will get red card. It's something his family, his people around him, people close to him, his friends, his close pals, you understand, need to tell him, you understand, let him know that, you know what, you are a fantastic striker, but in this area, reduce your temperament, you understand. As a professional, you've gone through under 17, under 21, you are not new to the game. So it's not new that they'll be tormenting you. It's not new that they'll be trying to get into your head. But why now, when you are in your prime, that you should be able to make the move? So I think it's high time that his people sit down and then put him through on things.
Okay, man. Thank you so much, Timilolo. It's always amazing chatting with you. I hope by the time we meet on Monday, Collins Chawinga, the Malawian on the show,